Islam Makhachev might walk out of UFC 322 as a two-division world champion, or get shattered by the man no one thought could stop him. The storm began when new photos of Islam broke the internet. Fans couldn't believe it. The lightweight king didn't look like a 155-pounder anymore. He looked like a full-blown welterweight monster. Bigger arms, denser frame, a terrifying presence. The kind of transformation that makes opponents question everything they know. And that opponent? Jack Della Maddalena. Calm, cold, dangerous. The man who's built for chaos. But what happens when chaos meets control? Don't blink, because this story turns brutal fast.
Della versus Islam. How are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I've only spotted Della once, like not really hard crazy, but his scrambles are crazy. And I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him. People don't realize how big Della is as well. He's solid. He's going to knock him out, and I believe him. I honestly believe.
Inside aka Coach Javier Mendez, normally the calm eye of every storm, admitted something shocking. For the first time in years, he's studying tape like a man possessed. Mendez said flat out, Jack is a puzzle that could flip Islam's dominance upside down. That statement alone sent shockwaves across the MMA world. Mendez never studies opponents, he never needs to, but Jack's striking, his composure, his unpredictability, it's got even Team Makhachev on high alert. Mendez still promised victory, but the message was clear. This isn't another walk in the park. This is war. Stay locked in, because later we reveal what Mendez secretly changed in Islam's training camp that no one saw coming. Meanwhile, Dustin Poirier, who's felt Islam's strength firsthand, didn't hold back. He said Islam's move to 170 isn't just smart, it's inevitable. Dustin knows what that weight cut does to a man's body, how it breaks you from the inside out. At welterweight, Islam's not just comfortable, he's dangerous. But Poirier dropped a chilling prediction: if Jack survives the opening storm, the fight flips. The key, he said, is those first takedowns. If Jack defends, Islam's in trouble. And the twist? New training footage shows Islam looking even bigger than Jack himself. That flipped the script completely. A lightweight turned welterweight monster, still with the speed of a 155er, but the power of a 170, and that's what terrifies everyone.
When was the last time you think you watched this much tape for an Islam fight?
Never.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
I never watched tape by Islam. I never. This is the first time, because I respect this guy that much, and he's a puzzle. He's not that easy. I'm telling you, he's not that easy. So, we'll get him, and I have to be confident that we'll get him, because if I don't, then what's the point of watching the videos, right? We can't get him. No, we'll get him. It's just very difficult because he's so difficult.
But not Israel Adesanya. Adesanya watched those clips and laughed. He said flat out Islam's walking into deep water. He sparred with Jack, he's felt that power. He said Jack scrambles, his timing, they're built to dismantle wrestlers. Izzy even predicted a knockout, a cold one. And when a man who shared the cage with the best calls it, you listen. Robert Whittaker echoed the danger, calling Jack's jiu-jitsu sneaky sharp. He said Jack's uppercuts and body shots could rip Islam's rhythm apart. From Rob's view, this fight isn't just muscle, it's IQ versus chaos, and chaos has a plan.
He's a big guy. I think he's going to fill into that weight. He's a really big 155er. So I think his lifestyle outside of training camp is going to be a little more comfortable, and he'll fill into that weight class, no problem. He's going to be, he could be champion there for sure.
How do you think he does against JDM?
I think the beginning of the fight's going to tell the story, like how well JDM does at getting up, how well JDM does at keeping Islam off of his feet, off of his legs, off of the cage. It's tough to call that because JDM's a big guy, athletic. I'm excited about that. A lot of fun fights in the future.
Then Khabib broke his silence. His message was simple: Jack is the toughest test Islam will ever face. That's not hype. That's from the man who molded him. If Khabib says it, it's gospel. He admitted Jack's striking, his composure, his all-around skill make him more dangerous than even Ilia Topuria. Think about that. Khabib, who's seen Islam destroy everyone, believes Jack is the real threat. But he also added a warning to Jack: no one survives Islam's pressure for long. Stay watching, because in a moment we'll break down the one scenario Khabib says guarantees Islam's victory, and the one that ends it all. Then came the chaos of opinions. Aljamain Sterling said Jack will flatline Islam. Max Holloway fired back, saying Jack's still criminally underrated and people will finally realize it when he stops the champion. Sean O'Malley broke it down like a chessboard. Islam's control versus Jack's timing. He said if Jack stuffs 2 takedowns in a row, the 3rd round could get ugly for Islam. And Ian Gary? He said what everyone was afraid to say out loud: size matters. When you move up 15 pounds, your whole game changes. Your timing, your power, your chin, all of it. Islam's elite, no doubt, but Jack's a natural welterweight built to hurt people.
Now, for example, Islam fights Ilya and he beats him. Example, people say he beat another 145er. But Islam wins the title now at welterweight, and then Ilya beats Oliveira. That's even bigger fights to create, right? So I don't think Islam needs to slow down his career. He go take even they strip his belt off. In my opinion, he will be double champion, because that's how it started. If Conor could, why Islam can't, you know? And I think it create bigger name for them if this way better, rather than Islam fight Topuria and the hype slows down, you know what I mean? I'd rather see Islam becomes the champion, Ilya Topuria becomes the champion, and they can fight at catchweight for the, I don't know, whatever they want.
Even Khamzat Chimaev jumped in, saying Islam's discipline might give him the edge, but if Jack keeps it standing, he could wreck him. Wonderboy Thompson reminded everyone that real welterweights cut from over 200 pounds. Jack's one of those. Islam's walking into a jungle full of killers, and this time he's the smaller lion. Yoel Romero called it 50 use 50, saying Jack's knockout power is real, but his takedown defense, not flawless. That's Islam's opening. Jeff Neal echoed the same. If Islam gets underhooks early, he dominates. But if Jack sprawls, it's a gunfight. And when Islam's manager Ali Abdelaziz confirmed the titles on the line before year's end, the MMA world lost it. If Jack doesn't defend, Islam still gets a shot. That means this fight, no matter what, shakes the entire welterweight hierarchy. Philip Rowe and Gilbert Burns didn't stay quiet either. Rowe said Islam's frame isn't built for 170. He'll look big, he said, but he won't feel big. Burns, who's fought the best at welterweight, agreed, saying the division's pressure hits different, but he also warned Islam's cut to 155 is brutal. 170 might be his real home. He pointed out Jack's training partners, Volkanovski, Craig Jones, killers who know Islam's game inside out. If Jack comes prepared, this could be a trap fight of epic proportions. So here we are, 2 worlds colliding. Islam Makhachev, the Dagestani machine, a man who breaks souls and bodies alike, now bigger, sharper, more dangerous than ever. Across from him, Jack Della Maddalena, the dark horse who thrives in firefights, who finds calm in chaos, who's ready to end an era. Even legends can't agree. Some say domination, others say destruction, but one thing's guaranteed: when that cage door closes, something historic is going down. Because this fight isn't just for a belt, it's for legacy. If Islam wins, he joins the exclusive 2-division champion club and cements his claim as the true pound-for-pound king. But if Jack wins, he becomes the man who stopped the unstoppable, the man who changed the narrative forever. The clock's ticking, the tension's building, and when the lights hit the octagon at UFC 322, one empire rises and the other burns to the ground.